Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. We are coming to you from our fantastic Central Washington location right here in Cle Elum, Washington. But we're going to go all the way across to the other side of the country and talk to the good folks in Massachusetts again. Because as you know, your state legislature is absolutely kicking around what essentially would be the Death Star of gun control legislation. And of course, I'm talking about HD 4420. Now, we've already done a couple of videos, including this one right here, which really went through the laundry list. And I do mean it is a laundry list of every single pet project that those who favor civilian disarmament would be in favor of. But is this legislation starting to slow down? Is it beginning to hit the skids? Might this thing not actually come to fruition? Well, it's possible, and you might be surprised what's getting in the way. So today, let's get Massachusetts all updated and let's talk about, is Massachusetts starting to back away from complete civilian disarmament? Okay, so what we're talking about again today is Massachusetts HD 4420, a 140-page juggernaut of civilian disarmament legislation. Now, it appears that it is stalling out, but you might be surprised why it's stalling out, because according to several news reports, there is great disagreement between the House and the Senate as to who gets to lead the charge in civilian disarmament here. That's right. It's really a big contest of egos as to which chamber of your state legislature is going to be the pioneer in stripping you of your otherwise inalienable rights. But there might also be some other reservations, and it might be that pesky little thing called the Constitution, or that other pesky little thing called the United States Supreme Court. Okay, now I have called this thing absolutely one of the most horrific pieces of legislation I've ever seen, and so has Jim Wallace, president of the Gun Owners Action League. Now, he's helping spearhead many of the opposition to this horrific piece of legislation. He was quoted as saying, "It is painfully clear that whoever actually drafted the bill had no idea the firestorm of opposition it would set off. It was painfully obvious to anyone who paid attention to that the so-called listening tour was a sham from the beginning. Even the opposition to the Second Amendment during our tour continually said that lawful gun owners were not the problem." But you see, that concern is also beginning to be shared now by Speaker of the House Ron Mariano, who is really not happy that that pesky little thing called the Constitution and Supreme Court precedent appears to be getting in the way. As he was quoted as saying, "As you have heard me say many times, the Bruen decision fundamentally changed how courts review state gun laws and immediately jeopardized aspects of the laws that have made our Commonwealth a national leader in reducing gun violence. While the House's commitment to pursuing a comprehensive update remains steadfast, a new legal landscape will be the greatest threat to those efforts." Now, think about that. The new legal landscape is one in which your constitutional rights are actually upheld and protected, and the efforts are the efforts to strip all lawful and responsible gun owners of what is supposed to be an inalienable right. Now, as we know, HD 40, as I said, has a complete shopping list of everything that a civilian disarmament person would want. It has an assault weapon ban, it has a magazine ban, it has safe storage requirements, it has mandatory training requirements that will basically require you to be somewhere similar to John Wick in order to be able to exercise your right. And that is just the tip of the iceberg of what is this horrible legislation. Now, while this may seem like really good news, Massachusetts, take it from somebody out here in the People's Republic of Washington that this is oftentimes a tactic where they will appear to stall out on legislation or go quiet on it, get the opposition all spun up on a few other things, and the next thing you know, it's on the floor calendar for a vote. So all of you need to carefully watch HD 4420, the absolute Death Star right now of proposed gun legislation anywhere in the United States. We're going to very carefully watch this, and if there's any more developments, we'll be sure to let you know. In the meantime, if you guys got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of your Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to contact Washington Gun Law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information is right down there in the description box. In the meantime, I want you all to remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.